Yo, what's going on? It's the One More Thing Daily with myself, Dave Colombo Jenkins. All things One More Thing and all of the wider world that we exist in and that we exist to support. And today I'm coming on strong with some tips for anybody who is an artist who is looking to get some promotion out there in the limited amount of press outlets that still exist. And I obviously include One More Thing in that. This is something that I've been doing for a very, very long time. If you're new to any of these videos or you're new to One More Thing, I've been a music journalist for well over 20 years. And on December the 6th, it'll be exactly 20 years since my first full-time job on a magazine, which means ever since then, this is literally all I've been doing with my life. And it's taken me to some beautiful places and crazy places. And the biggest thing for me now is to pass on some of that experience, pass on some of that insight and things that I've learned, but also hopefully be able to facilitate the same type of situation that I had 20 years ago when I started working in a magazine and became a staff writer. And got so inspired, so inspired by everything, the industry, the music, the process, and the whole kind of documenting and celebrating aspect and storytelling aspect of editorial within music journalism. Music journalism has been a real specific focus for me, and there's going to be a lot more content about what is music journalism, what is it in now in the 2020s, how is it developed, its purpose, its role, everything. And there's a massive reason for that. It's because we've taken on 2 new people to mentor today. So we've got 2 new family members who are now part of One More Thing. Big up Shanice, big up Tom. So that's amazing. That's mind blowing for me. Obviously, I'm recording this before I pre-recorded this, and I'm essentially using any of you viewers as a bit of a guinea pig. I do a lot of talks in places like DBS and BIMM and stuff like that, and private classes where I talk about press and promotion, good practice in terms of engaging with the industry, ways to kind of approach press and editors and stuff like that. And it's a little talk that I'm going to be giving to Shanice and Tom when they start tomorrow. So I'm pretty much practicing it now, really. I'm rehearsing on you guys. I hope you don't mind, but if you are interested in getting press, in getting promotion, these are some of the things obviously that I can't talk on behalf of any other editor or any other journalist. Hopefully in time though, I'm thinking about launching like a series of interviews with other music journalists, maybe. So hopefully in time I can get to kind of collate a lot of their criteria as well. But this is certainly in terms of my experience working with many magazines as a freelancer, as a full-time staffer. These are things that might help you get some attention by the press, get some support by the press and things like that. So this is the benefits of press coverage, because this day and age, why would you even need the music press? We've got social media, we've got mail outs, we can release our own music, we've got our own channels. There's a huge argument out there to say that the music press shouldn't really exist, that there's such limited amount of money out there that why on earth would any of that go towards a journalist? And I asked that honestly as well. But there are benefits, there are huge benefits, because not everybody starts with an audience anyway, even if you are great at talking to the camera and you can create your own content and create your own buzz. There are supporters along the way. I think one thing that I've learned massively with One More Thing and taking on people to mentor and stuff is that the best stuff happens when you collaborate and when you're working with other people. So, yep, we do have the tools to create a lot of our own promo and crank up a lot of our own volume, but it doesn't hurt to have some handy kind of promotion to other audiences and stuff. So, first of all, these are the benefits of press coverage. So firstly, it's a third-party voice that validates what you do. Like, you could talk about how great your tunes are, how great your art is forever and ever and ever. When you've got somebody else who talks about art and stuff, saying that what you do has some weight, that's really, really helpful for you. It validates what you do. It adds value to what you do. The second point there, I can tell you that agents and promoters and labels are some of the biggest readers of the press. They're looking in that. They want to see what's going on. They're keeping an eye on things. They're keeping an eye on things on their clients' behalf. They're looking for new clients. They're looking where there's a buzz. They're looking at the trends and things like that. The industry are the most engaged and switched on readers of the press. So if you are in the press, you are slightly more likely to get under people's noses or to just sow that seed. Like, sometimes all it takes is somebody reading and thinking, oh, right, okay, I've heard of that person. And then the next time they read, they think, oh, hang on, there's that name again. Breadcrumbs. It's all incremental. really, really, really importantly, it can tell your story. It can tell your story. It can't just be about the music. So many people say like, "Oh, I just want to make music, man." I wish I could just write stories all day. Like, I wish I could just make podcasts and mix all day. You need to have some type of story. There needs to be a reason. There needs to be some form of promotion, some form of marketing. We are long gone from the days where you could just make music. And there are lots of arguments to say that you could never just make music, even when there was lots more money in the industry. The amount of work and promotion and legwork and things that would go behind breaking big records. Obviously, you get these runaway smashes which just come out of the blue, and they are amazing successes and they are super talented musicians. They are so few and far between. Most music takes a long time to rise to the top, no matter how good it is. So it can't just be about the music. It's got to be about you and your reasons for making the music. I will do another vlog at another point on finding your story. And the more people who find out about you, the better. Just what I was saying earlier, really, with the breadcrumbs. Like, the system really, really does work. Quite often, someone will say something about somebody, and then that will lead to something else, which leads to something bigger, which leads to something bigger. I've spoken to so many people since I'll do an interview. Might have done an introductory piece on them in DJ Mag, for example, and then someone has read that. They had a single signed off the back of that. That then led to a US tour, which led to them meeting this agent, which led to them doing a world tour. Like, that all sounds almost quite far-fetched, but that is an instance which I can think of regarding an artist. It was from a few years ago, but these things really, really do happen. The more you are out there, the more you are mentioned, the more positive words that are out there, the better. The more people are hearing about you. And of course, the main thing, if you have some good editorial content written about you or made about you in any type of way, smash the hell out of that on your socials. Crop it, turn it into a reel, turn it into a carousel, talk about it, make a vlog about it, like post it. Like, there was a time where it was artists almost seemed a little bit too cool for school, and they wouldn't post the links to their interviews and stuff. And I would be at war with their agents and their managers and say, like, look, come on. These days it's not quite like that, because everybody wants to have content, have something fresh to post on their platforms and stuff like that. So most people do, but just in case you don't know, like, if you've got some good editorial written about you, then fucking well share it. Right, cool. So that's the first little bit. So what are editors looking for? So obviously I can only speak on behalf of myself, but I reckon this is a pretty decent rule of thumb. If there's any music title, music website, music magazine editor watching this, please get in touch and correct me where I'm wrong, or add to this list. As always, this is just a discussion. These are just my thoughts. Right, so what are editors looking for? Like, when you're pitching to get into a magazine or on a website or things like that, what are they looking for? For me, personally, is human interest. Beyond the music. Obviously the music is going to be great. Like, the music has to be great. And there needs to be a human interest. For me to connect with anybody, for me to come away from an interview and thinking, like, yeah, like, that person really, really deserves that coverage, is because we've scratched this beyond the surface. It's because we've gone deeper than just the music. It might be that the music has come about through, like a really challenging situation. Or the music it was created in a unique environment, or the concept behind it. Human interest, though, if there's something there, if there's some type of adversity or challenge or struggle, or even just something amazingly positive, like a really, really like inspiring blast of inspiration in one way or another, human interest is the most compelling thing for any type of real kind of journalistic article or feature. It's what other readers are relating to as fellow humans. Topical interest as well. Editors might be looking for something which fits in with the season. It might be that it's your first ever tour of festivals or something, and it's festival season. It might be that you got sacked from your agency on Christmas Day. Your DJ agent rang you up and called you a wanker on Christmas Day. That's going to be good for a festive issue. Like topical interest, though, that could be something going on in the news. You could have come from a particular country which is currently in current affairs or things like that. It could be any number of reasons. Could be talking about the cost of living, and you made your album using borrowed kit or something like that. I mean borrowed as in properly borrowed, not as in borrowed. Innovation and authenticity. Again, like this kind of goes into the music now, really, but I'm certainly looking for someone who's coming from a real place, someone who's really, really coming from somewhere, not someone who's copied the top 10 from Beatport, not someone who's just rinsed their Splice account. I'm looking for somebody who's making music because they fucking have to. I'm looking for people who literally this creative life is a compulsion. Authenticity and innovation, like people who really, really kind of push boundaries. There's a reason why I work with Noisia, and I have done since around about 2007, 2008. Innovation, boundary pushes. Representation. Editors are looking to make sure that everybody is represented. This is insight into the curation process. All editors are looking to make sure that everybody from different backgrounds, different cultures, different areas of income, obviously different colors, different races, different religions, different genders. We are looking to represent as much as we possibly can. And that is not an easy decision to make. Curating is a whole other art, and especially to do it fairly as well, comes with a huge amount of responsibility. So this is one of the curation factors that an editor might have on their mind when they're thinking about what they're going to, kind of run and celebrate that season, that issue, that quarter, however far ahead they're planning, that week in terms of me, because I'm so bad at planning. But certainly when I was making magazines, and we got some really cool magazine news coming up for you actually quite soon enough, then that would definitely be part of my curation. When we're looking at who's in the magazine, you want to make sure that it's a really diverse spread of people. So there's inspiring things from all around the world. Originality kind of comes into innovation and authenticity. Maybe I should put originality in with innovation and authenticity, really. Original, if you're out there copying people, then I want to make sure that I don't ever support you. You've got to be doing something different. If you're not doing something different and you're just literally copying your favorite artist, then don't come to me, but I would say that most editors aren't going to be interested. I was really inspired by Serum, so I got a load of his tutorials and I got a load of his samples, and I make music which sounds like a second-rate Serum. Boring, right? We want realness. The time for realness is here. A real story. And with this in mind, timing is everything. Come with a story. Now, I have done one or two videos which are kind of similar to this in the past and stuff like that. We will do another vlog specifically related to finding your story really, really soon. But yeah, that is what editors are looking for and the benefits of press coverage. These are the two little helpers that I'd like to kind of send out into the universe. I hope that some aspiring artists or artists who are kind of getting a bit frustrated with the whole industry and feeling like they're not getting a bit of the spotlight and the same old faces are, maybe, because there is always that kind of moan. If you're getting frustrated in that type of way with the industry, I do hope that this has been helpful. I hope this has been helpful for any music journalists as well watching. And that is pretty much it. I also need to update you on a few cool things happening with One More Thing. Right now we have a mix from Martin Kinnear, pure 100% his own edits, remixes and productions. It is absolutely bumping and full of that kind of late 2000s 140 swagger. Martin is known to me, he's a Welsh artist, he works a lot with the Welsh language as well. His mix is out now and a little interview on the website. We also have an interview coming up with System as well from Australia. That's coming up really, really soon. And there is a video coming out on Friday as well with Run Dareen. algorithm. If you're interested in what we've got coming up a little bit further ahead than that, and you've not watched Monday's video, I'll put a link in the description, because that's got loads of ideas of music that we're releasing in the next couple of months. Absolutely buzzing for that. Absolutely buzzing to have Shanice and Tom on board. So yeah, that's been the One More Thing Daily today. I will be back again tomorrow with my artist of the week, and then we got a really cool thing wrapping up the week all about old school. What's your flavor of old school? Don't tell me now, tell me on Friday. Peace.